Okay, my friends, we're now on to the production budget. What is the bottom line that we're trying to get at when we're preparing the production budget? This is the question we're trying to answer with the production budget. How many units do we need to produce? Okay? How many units do we need to produce? So in order to know the number of units that we need to produce, we need certain pieces of information. As a starting point, we need to know how many units do we expect to sell. So what is our sales? We also need to know, management will need to know, how many units should we keep in ending inventory. So how many units do we need to sell? How many units do we need to keep in ending inventory? Add the two together, and then look at, do we have any finished goods inventory on hand? If we do, we need to subtract those to get to our units produced. So again, one more time, how many units do we expect to sell? How many units do we intend to hold on to? Subtract the units that you already have on hand, and that will give you the units to be produced. So the units that we expect to sell come from the sales budget. 400,000 for product A, 240,000 for product B. How many units do we want to hold on to at the end of the month? That information is provided here in the data. Units that will be held, 30,000 for product A and 20,000 for product B. And then we'll need to subtract the units that are in beginning inventory. So the units in beginning inventory, 20,000 for product A, 15,000 for product B. And then that would give us the units that need to be produced for each of the products. So 410,000 units for product A, 245,000 units for product B. And so that's it, my friends, with the production budget. Straightforward. Always remember, what is it that is the bottom line? We want to find out how many units we need to produce. So to find out how many units we need to produce, we need certain pieces of information. We need to know how many units we expect to sell. We need to know how many units management intends to hold on to at the end of the period. And then if we have any units in beginning finished goods, we need to subtract those to get to the units that must be produced. All right, that's it with the production budget. Let's move on to the next budget, which is the direct materials budget.